Okay, welcome back to my channel. Um, we are on chapter 2 now of my book, Toxic Relationships, A Guide on How to Spot a Narcissist. It's available on Amazon. It's an ebook for $5.99 if you want to buy it. If not, you could just follow along on these YouTube videos. So chapter 2, Behind the Mask, the Charismatic Facade. Now let's take a closer look at the most alluring and deceptive aspect of the narcissist, the charismatic mask. When you first see or meet a narcissist, their charm and charisma sweep you away. You could never believe that someone with that much charm, the life of the party, with such confidence, could be so fake and so far from the person you see in front of you. You come to learn that these beautiful attributes just mask a dark reality underneath. Let's take a closer look. The enchantment of charisma. Forgive the background noise, there's nothing I can really do about it. Charisma's effect is undeniable, and narcissists are masters at it. They often exude a magnetism that draws people in, making them seem exciting and larger than life. If you aren't careful and aware, you will most likely find yourself mesmerized by their stories, laughter, and confidence. You may feel an instant connection, like something you have never felt before. This is all by design to win you over. So what is it about their charisma that draws people in? 1. Confidence. Narcissists often appear self-assured, especially malignant ones. They project a sense of assuredness and control. This draws you in and makes you feel inspired and eager to be around them. 2. Storytelling. They're usually very good at storytelling. Their tales of success, adventures, experiences are told in ways that captivate you. All their stories are embellished to make you feel engaged and impress you. Believe that. 3. Charm and flattery. Narcissists are the best at compliments and making you feel special. They pour attention and flattery onto you, making you feel like you are the most important person in the room. This all, of course, is part of their strategy to build rapport, dependency, and trust with you. And this is a part for me that I found, just trying to find my part in everything. That deep desire to feel special, like the most amazing person in the world, like above all, so special. And it's not really another person's job to make you feel like that. I mean, it's great if you find a true friend or a true person or a true romantic, lover or spouse that can add to how you already feel about yourself. But that's why it's easy to be taken in by a narcissist and easy for them to manipulate you, because there's such a deficit in that deep feeling of self, the deep knowing that you are an amazing person and you really don't need someone else to make you feel that way. Um, if you already feel that way and someone adds to it, that's great. But it's kind of like the perfect storm, uh, the perfect, I guess storm is the best way to say it, because you are feeling defeated and a deficit and a hole within yourself. You don't have a good sense of self. And you want someone to fill that up. And unfortunately, the narcissist can sense that and hones in on that. And then it just creates this very detrimental type of a relationship. And so I've looked for years and years trying to figure out, I have to have some part in this. And I would say my biggest part in it is that I just did not have a good sense of self. And I wanted someone to make me feel special. And yeah, so number 4, social skills. Most narcissists are highly adept at reading social cues. They are experts at navigating social situations. They seem to speak with ease and are always the center of attention. They know how to connect with others, and it looks so effortless. They can lure you in and give a false sense of trust, believing someone that can connect like that must be a good person, but the connections are very surface and only for looks. The facade unveiled. It's important to remember that this facade they portray, although very intoxicating, is just one of the masks they wear. Each mask is carefully crafted to appear completely different from the dark truth that lies beneath. Here are some ways they use this facade. 1. Creating an illusion. As masters of illusion, they work off smoke and mirrors. They use specialized tactics to cast shadows and throw you off kilter so they can keep manipulating you. Their persona they create is so delusional, it helps to create a captivating illusion that is almost impossible to see through. 2. Fostering dependency. This is an important and debilitating one. The showering of attention, flattery, gifts, and promises renders you dependent, almost like a drug dependency. I believe they know this, and that is exactly why they do it. The power they have when you become addicted to them. Then they can push and pull and dictate how you feel. They are able to control your emotions, and this is very crippling. You begin to crave their attention, just like a drug. 3. Avoiding intimacy. As charming as they are, narcissists often avoid deep emotional connections. The surface level charm masks a lack of genuine intimacy, making it difficult to form a meaningful bond. Over time, you may feel that something is missing in the relationship, even as they continue to dazzle you with their charisma. This again is a reason why to try to spot them before you get involved. 4. Maintaining control. Narcissists use their charm as a tool for manipulation and control. They will usually switch from being charming to being critical and dismissive once they feel secure in your admiration. This inconsistency can leave you feeling confused and questioning your own thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. The shift from charm to manipulation. As you navigate your relationship with a narcissist, you may start to notice shifts in their behavior. Initially, they may seem attentive and engaged, but over time, the charming facade can and will crack as the darker aspects of their personality reveal themselves. So another reminder, get to know them before you get involved. The transition may look like 1. Increased demand for attention. We know narcissists thrive on admiration, and as time goes on, they may demand more and more attention from you. Red flag. They might become upset if they feel they're not the center of your world, leading to tension and conflict. 2. Emotional unavailability. As the relationship progresses, you will begin to find that the emotional connection is superficial. This is why, take your time. Narcissists often struggle to empathize, especially with people they despise, and because you are the one closest to them, you'll be that person. Conversations may feel difficult and forced, making it challenging to have meaningful conversations about feelings or vulnerabilities. 3. Manipulative tactics. When their charm isn't enough to maintain control, narcissists will find other ways to manipulate you. This can include gaslighting, making you doubt your perceptions or feelings, or love bombing, overwhelming you with affection to keep you hooked. 4. Withdrawal of affection. This is another one of the more painful ones. Once they feel they have secured your loyalty, a narcissist may use withdrawing their affection or attention, leaving you feeling confused and questioning your worth. This can create a cycle of highs and lows where you chase their approval and validation. This also plays a part in the addiction to a narcissist. Now, if you're aware, but you've already kind of gotten lured into this level, you still have a chance to get out. Before you've moved in with them, before you've gotten really attached to their family or their friends, or even gotten pregnant or taken on their children they already have and got connected to them. Before all that, but if you've reached this point, you still can get out. That's why just being aware, and being able to spot these things, because once you get too involved, you're living with them, you're attached to their family, as in my case, taking on their young children or even becoming pregnant with their child. Once all that happens, it's really almost impossible to get out, and you don't want to leave the kids with them either. So you still have a chance before all that. Just looking for these signs, looking for these cycles, being aware. Recognizing the charismatic facade. Understanding the dynamics of how much power the charismatic facade has is essential for protecting yourself from potential harm and destruction. Here are a few things to keep an eye out for. 1. Trust your instincts. I repeat, trust your instincts. If something feels off, trust your gut. Pay attention to your feelings and reactions in the relationship. If you listen, your gut will tell you that something is not right. If you sense inconsistency or manipulation, take note. 2. Observe behavior over words. Watch how they treat others and how they respond to criticism. Now, this can be tricky because initially you may never hear them have a bad opinion or bad words with anyone. They can seem respectful and very genuine when interacting with others. You may not see that other side until they have hooked you in, thereby being too late. 3. Look for patterns. Watch for patterns in their behavior. Narcissists tend to follow patterns and consistencies. It's almost like a cycle. They going from idealization to devaluation, charming to critical. There are signs if you just know what to look for. Trusting your gut, being aware, and knowing what to look for. 4. Seek input from trusted friends. But be careful, very few people truly understand the complexities of a true narcissist. Getting an outside perspective is always helpful, but they have to understand what you are dealing with. Fortunately, therapists are becoming more informed on the deep intricacies of this disorder, and so are just regular people, but you have to make sure they really understand. It can be really dangerous if you take advice from someone who doesn't understand this disorder. It could end up putting you in danger. 5. Set boundaries. Establishing boundaries is important in all relationships, but again, it's different when you're dealing with a narcissist. Learn more about the disorder and speak with someone that understands it before you try and implement boundaries. You're not dealing with a normal person. It works differently here. So before you get hooked by a narcissist, if you have a strong sense of self, If you have a good support system around you, and if you have firm boundaries, if you have your boundaries set in the very beginning, they will try to push them. But if you don't, let your guard down, or let your boundaries go, if you don't give in to them, they aren't going to like that, and they may even try to make you feel bad about it. But if you stick with them, they will eventually move on to someone else that's an easier target. And that's exactly what you want. That's another way to weed out a narcissist. Now, if you're already in a relationship with one, you have to be really, really careful with, all of a sudden, you have all this new knowledge and you're gaining your self-worth. You have to be very careful with all of a sudden setting boundaries. This is like the most dangerous time for women, or anyone who's in a relationship with a narcissist, a malignant, abusive one. They do not like boundaries. And if you're already in a relationship with one and you start setting all these new boundaries and you're getting a new look and you're feeling yourself, they're going to clamp down. And this is the time when women end up getting killed and they can't find their bodies, which a lot of that has happened in the last few years, and there are cases right now. So be very, very careful of that. That is a whole nother book and takes a whole nother set of, you know, um, steps to take. So you have to find someone that can really help you out with that. All right, so conclusion. The charismatic facade of a narcissist can be captivating and mesmerizing, drawing you in with its charm and allure. Because of this, understanding the tactics they use to maintain this mask is essential for your emotional safety. As you become better at recognizing the signs and navigate these relationships with awareness, you'll be better at safeguarding yourself from the toxic dynamics of dealing with a narcissist. And that's the end of chapter 2. We will go on to chapter 3 in the next video.